What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another trophy list review for you. We're doing an absolutely goated list. It's a goated list indeed, so you better strap in for this one. Just remember, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. So here we go, everyone. The list you've all been waiting for. It's Griff the Goat, Griff 2803. As much as I've been looking forward to doing the list, I've also been dreading it as well, because as you can see straight away, the stats are just absolutely off the charts. I've had to, I'm off work for 2 weeks. I've literally put those in just for this video, pretty much. But no, in all seriousness, really looking forward to kind of delving into it. I mean, what we're probably going to have to do is, it's just going to be an appreciation video, I think, of Griff's achievements, as opposed to me looking at each individual game like we ordinarily would, because that's going to take a long time. So I think what we'll do is just kind of go through it together at a good pace, I would say. Otherwise we are going to be here all day, and we're just going to pick a few out. But yeah, I think today it's just about looking at how pretty it is, really, and all look at it together. But yeah, we'll have a look at the stats. Before we do it though, I did notice daily trophy streak started 25th of the 12th 16. Hopefully that's still ongoing, because that's insane. To be fair, that is absolutely bananas, and it wouldn't surprise me, because the rate you do in these games, it's just crazy, which I'm really looking forward to looking at. So trophy level then 760, which is insane. 28,206 trophies, which is just mega as well. 559 platinums, insane. 2,342 gold, 6,344 silver, 18,965 bronze. So we know that Griff only plays proper games as well, which makes this even more impressive than it already is. So 827 games played, blimey. Only 495 of those completed to 100%. So yeah, I mean, that could be high, but we can't knock the goat down. Completion rate 77.18%. Unearned trophies a little high, 8,116. I'm sure that you've got some kind of strategy to bring that down. You're absolute genius. So I imagine that's on the way down. Trophies per day 5.42, which is very, very impressive considering the kind of caliber of games that you play, Griff. 6,297 views, which is insane. That might be the most we've actually seen so far, unless there's one I'm forgetting about. World rank 2,806 and country rank 313, hailing from the mighty UK. Love to see it. But yeah, before we get on with the games, this will be the first video of many, hopefully, over the next 2 weeks. I've managed to get some holidays in from work now, so we're off for 14 days. So yeah, I don't want to put a number on it, but I'm going to initially start with sort of one every other day, so I have at least a minimum of 7. But if we do any more in between, then that would just be a bonus. And there's also a few surprises coming up with some of those videos as well, which a lot of you are going to absolutely love to see. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I've got a couple of good ones up my sleeve, so just prepare yourselves for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we'll crack on with the games. You know, I don't know what we're going to see, because, as I said, there's 827 of them, which is just mental in itself. But we'll kind of go through. I won't touch on all of them, but I will have a little look at this first one, because I don't think it's something that I've seen before on any of the other lists that we've looked at. And the reason I sort of wanted to do it as well is because it is an ultra rare to start us off, which is nice. Normally we get these easy ones, which I always talk about, but yeah, 3.11%, which is very nice. 7 out of 10 difficulty at 70 hours, so a lot of commitment. And he's done it in 2 weeks, 5 days, which is very impressive. And you'll find that a lot of the games that Griff does, as we'll kind of see, he's doing them in some crazy times. I mean, I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but when he generally is posting them in the server, on the Discord, and also like the monthly platinum collection, you know, just doing certain games. I think like Demon Souls was one that comes to mind, where it was done in like 4 days or something, and it's just it's mental, absolutely mental. But I'm really looking forward to it. So we're just going to kind of go down at a decent pace, as I say, because, you know, we could be here all day, and I'll just pick a few out. I'll pick Aliens out first off, as it's a game I've recently done myself, so I can kind of relate, at least in terms of knowing how difficult this was. It'd be nice to see you know, maybe get the DLC done just to clean up the 100%. I think you did do that as part of Lewis's challenge, I believe, when he was doing that. But yeah, really good game. Great to play with friends. You know, I played it with Mark and Ray, as a lot of you guys know, and we had so much fun. But yeah, anyone who's looking for that little bit of a challenge where you've got two other competent players and you're looking for something to play, look no further than Aliens Fireteam Elite, because it is exceptional. It's not, I mean, I say it's not too long, it's 100 hours generally, but there's actually only 12 missions in the game. Yes, you need to play them multiple times on different difficulties and to kind of fully understand the level layout, but yeah, it is a really good game. I have nothing but good things to say about it, really. So we'll carry on kind of going down then, and like I always say, you guys can pause the video, so if you just want to have a stop it every now and again if I'm going too quick and you want to see kind of what Griff's been playing. But as I say, it's going to be just a Griff appreciation video basically, because I can't talk about them all. It'd be impossible. It wouldn't be impossible, possible, but it'd take up my entire annual leave up. You know, I'd finish it next Sunday just in time to go back to work. So I've got a lot of Assassin's Creed games, which I do like to say. I'm a big fan of the series, and I'm going to assume you are too. Look at all these platinums as well. Very nice. Really liking this, Griff. This is superb. And I haven't looked at any of these lists as well. I've been dying to. There's a few in particular. Few people I've spoken to in the party chat, and I've heard a little bit about some of the accomplishments and things they've done, and I've been dying to kind of have a look at the list, but I don't. So I kind of open it up and glance at the stats as a whole, just to make sure it is something I can make a video out of. But other than that, I don't want to know. I want to go into these and kind of look at them, you know, look at them fresh basically, so I can be a little bit surprised, you know, kind of as we go through. But yeah, crazy. You know, all these games already, we're only just getting to B. Bearing in mind, I do put these in alphabetical order, so if this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, we would always do it that way, just so that if there is a franchise, they're all kind of bunched together and we can talk about them, you know, kind of all at once. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. All the Batman games done. Is it just Origins, is it? Yeah, so we've got Asylum twice, City twice. Impressive. Arkham Knight done. And then there's Origins there, and then Arkham Origins Blackgate. I don't actually know what that one is, to be fair, but yeah, it'd be nice to see you go back in and do those just to get the full series done. I do love to see a full series all finished. It is really nice to look at. You've got a ton of, I say a ton of, there's not that many, but yeah, a fair few Battlefield games as well, which is good to see. But we're gonna, I imagine, see so much variation, which I love more than anything. It is great when you see that people are playing, you know, so many different games rather than just sticking to one. Dragon Dance. No, it's nice to see a bit of variety, isn't it? I do enjoy looking at it. What else have we got then? Ben 10. Watch out. Big Sky Infinity. Don't know what that is. Bioshock, nice. A number of them. So Bioshock, another stack of it. A PS3 stack of it. And we've got Bioshock 2 3 times. Blimey. That's impressive. And look at that, Bioshock 2, 1 day, 3 hours. What? That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And then Infinite. A couple of times as well, so clearly a big fan of the series. I've still, to this point, I've mentioned it a couple of times, I've only played the first one. I didn't stop playing them because I disliked it in any way. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, but for some reason I just didn't put the second one in. I think I'd started something else and just didn't get back to it, but I really need to, because it's excellent. And I didn't actually platinum the first one as well, so I'll probably go back into that, clean that up, refresh my memory of the game, and then maybe go back into the rest of the series. Bloodborne done, 200%, love to see it. A few Borderlands games as well, very nice. Bugsnax, done on both the PS4 and PS5. 1 day, 7 hours for the PS4 version. Very nice. I mean, there's an easy one. I don't know if I've gone past any others at this point. I don't think I have. But Burly Men at Sea, I wouldn't necessarily call it a grub. You know, you're not just holding R1 like you do with a lot of these games, or just pressing X or one button repeatedly, whatever it may be. You do have to do 12 playthroughs. I don't remember it exactly. I have done it. It was, you're like 3 sailors or something, and you've got to choose quite a few different paths for different outcomes, different endings, which is what gives you the trophies. And you can see that the fact that it's a 59.54%, it's not a super grub, but it is very, very easy, and it doesn't take very long at all. It says 3 hours here. But I don't believe it takes very long at all. Obviously, Griff has had to come back to it, because ordinarily you wouldn't take 2 months to do a game like this. But yeah, probably the easiest one we've seen so far. We've got a handful of Call of Duty games, which is very nice. And I know from the server, he has done the Modern Warfare 2, the new one, very recently. So that was on the 3rd of November. 3 days, 18 hours to box it off as well, which is very, very impressive. I do enjoy seeing that. Celeste, I still need to play that. Looks super fun. I do love those style games, and yeah, it does look really, really fun. What else is sticking out to me? What have we got? There's just so much, isn't there? Control done twice. Very, very nice. And look at that on the PS5. I don't know if that is some kind of partial auto pop or something, maybe, unless you've just flown through it again. I don't know, but very, very impressive if you've played it properly. Right, let's have a look at the Crash games then, because these are difficult, as we know. Crash Bandicoot Warped, the 3rd one, is obviously the easiest of the bunch, coming in at a 4 out of 10. But yeah, it's just Crash 4 that you're missing. Last popped a trophy 29th of March. Maybe there's plans to go back and do that. I'm not too sure, but as we all know, it is the hardest one. Obviously, Crash 3 being the easiest, Crash 4 being the most difficult. Yeah, it's rage-inducing at times. But I'm doing Super Meat Boy at the moment, so what do I know? If I can do Super Meat Boy, I'm going to go in and do this. But I don't think I will. It's too hard. Too hard. Crisis 3 left at 1%. So I'm kind of getting an indication of sort of these unearned trophies. So although Griff is the absolute ghost, there's some games he's maybe just sampled and then came away from with no desire to kind of go back in and do anything with them. But yeah, there's quite a project on your hands if you are planning on bringing that unearned trophy stat down. It'd be great to see you do that, to be fair, because what a profile this is. It's crazy. Bunch of Dark Souls games, which we love to see. Darksiders 3 done. I do need to go back into that myself. I'm only missing like 2 trophies. I think you've got to get so many kills when you're in Havoc mode or something. I don't remember it too well. And then there might be a difficulty related trophy, but I should really go back in, because I did enjoy that. I thought Fury was pretty cool. Yeah, she's a bit of a badass, and yeah, I quite enjoyed the game, to be fair. It was really fun. Days Gone done. Very good. Very, very good. Couple of Dead Space plats. The more impressive one being Dead Space 2, as we know, is a 9 out of 10 difficulty. So very, very impressive, Griff. You know, that is great, of course. Although only a 5 out of 10 you have done the first one as well. Just missing the 3rd. Get back on that, dude. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that you popped a trophy, actually. So maybe it's kind of there somewhere to finish off. Death Stranding Director's Cut done. Nice. Very nice. Love Death Stranding, you all know that. Absolutely beautiful, perfect game in my opinion. But yeah, very, very nice to see that one on there. Deathloop done, great stuff. Some Demon Souls stuff as well. A couple of stacks from the PS3, and you've also done the remake as well, which I'm currently playing. And there was that time frame that I was mentioning about as well. 4 days, 20 hours to do Demon Souls. I've been playing it for months, and I'm only up to the Armoured Spider. There's reasons why, though, to be fair, not because I can't do it. I've actually not been playing it. I had the whole issue with moving out, and then other games kind of became a priority, and then things like now God of Wars came out. I had to finish Mafia before it was removed from PS Plus. So I'm going to finish God of War, and then I'm going to make Demon Souls my main game, I think. Finally get that done, because it's stuck on 2%, and it's really upsetting me. But yeah, right, what else have we got? Deus Ex Human Revolution back on the PS3, not far off being an ultra rare, very, very nice. Some Devil May Cry stuff as well, which is absolutely awesome. And look at that. 2 days 5 hours, 1 day 6 hours, 3 days 7 hours. Absolute maniac, you Griff. I don't know how you do them so quickly, it's mad. Awesome Dirt titles, nice. Dirt 3 being my personal favourite, absolutely loved that game. Thought it was great. If we keep on going, what else is sticking out? Trying to keep an eye on these rarities as we go, see if there's anything that really stands out. Dragon Age, definitely worth a mention, especially doing it on, I think it's called Nightmare, is it? Nightmare difficulty. I still need that trophy myself and pleasing the Orlesian Court, which I messed up the first time I played it. But yeah, I really enjoyed Dragon Age Inquisition. I thought it was an excellent game. And fair play for getting the platinum on it, 'cause it is a toughie. 8 out of 10, 100 hours. My hat's off for you, dude. Don't have one on, but it's coming off. Some Dragon Ball Z stuff. Awesome. I do love a bit of Dragon Ball. Dragon Quest 11. Nice. And you've done it twice as well. What? Oh, yeah, because it's the. I was confused for a second, but I'm forgetting there's the S version, isn't there? Well, look at that. 1 week, 17 hours. And obviously 3 months and a week's fair, but a week 17 hours for a game as long as Dragon Quest. Unbelievable. And fair play to you, because you must have just played this and only this for that time pretty much. I do struggle to do that now. I try to have a couple of games on the go and kind of flip between them. You know, I think playing Mafia, which I've done in the past couple of days, is the first time I've just played one game for you know, the whole duration. And because I had a deadline to finish it off in. But no, fair play for this. It's some commitment, absolutely. You must have the soundtrack just kind of burned into your brain now. So I've heard a lot of people did struggle with that by the end of it. They were just kind of hearing the tune. But yeah, I've got it just behind me, still in the packet. Need to get it played. Just time, isn't it? We need more time. We do. Elden Ring done in a week, 4 hours. Love to see it. So here's an easy one. Energy Cycle, 17 minutes 14 seconds on the PS4. So yeah, it's very easy. I don't imagine there's going to be many, you know, grubby ones like that, but it's nice to see that you do have them on there as well. You know, it is good to see, even though they are a bit sweaty, we know that, but so much variation. It's superb. Only a couple of Formula One games, and this is going back 11 years. Wow. So maybe not the biggest fan. Some Fallout stuff, which is amazing. 3, 4, 76, Shelter and New Vegas, all platinumed, which is fantastic. Great work, Griff. That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Unreal. Far Cry, what we're missing 2. Done 3. Classic Edition, 4, 5, Primal, but left Blood Dragon. Interesting. It's the best one. Get back on there and get them 16 trophies, Griff, right now. Oh, so much fun. I mean, I know it's going back on PS3. I don't know if you maybe don't have access to it now or something, who knows. But if you do, get back on it. It's superb. Alright, what have we got with FIFA then? So I think I did catch this at the corner of my eye as we were scrolling down as being your rarest, FIFA 13 at 0.67%, which is crazy. But yeah, some nice FIFA plats on there, Griff. Absolutely love it. So we kind of pick up a bit of a streak. We had a couple in 12, 13, 14, but missed out on. Oh, sorry, you do have 14 on the PS4, but it was the PS3 when you missed out. But then the streak continues again, 15 all the way to 22. You'll have to let me know if you're planning on playing the new one. It's not great. I feel like FIFA's massively gone downhill. They're putting too much of an impact into like Ultimate Team, and they just put too much focus on that kind of thing. And yeah, don't get me wrong, the presentation's unreal. I started a career mode with my good friend Wilco, who's in the server. We started a career with Middlesbrough, which is our like kind of local team, and you know what, it was pretty good. And some of the animations, like off the pitch, like when you're signing players or pre-match, some of the cinematics are pretty good, and yeah, graphically, you know, there's no complaints, but the gameplay is just a bit too slow, a little bit too slow and sluggish, especially for the way I play. It's very quick paced, and I just don't feel the game allows you to play like that anymore. But yeah, a little bit frustrating. But I'll be getting the platinum and then I'll be stopping. It's, you know, it's usually a game that I play throughout the year, dip in and out of Ultimate Team with friends, but nah, not anymore. I'll get the platinum and then stop. Yes, some Final Fantasy games. Love it, Griff. Absolutely love it. Even more of a go now after seeing these. So Final Fantasy VII, greatest game ever made. The OG, love it. You've done the remake as well, which is oh well, there's a so we've got an auto pop there, 53 seconds, and then you've done the remake. Yeah, you've done the remake probably 2 months, 1 week. Awesome. Done Final Fantasy VIII. You've done 10, which is what I'm doing at the moment. It's just grinding out the sphere grid, finishing the Dark Aeons and Penance. We're nearly there. I've done all the requirements back on PS2. I've got a crazy 200 odd hour save file. But I was a bit burnt out from the game when they then released the HD collection, so I couldn't go through it again. So I just played the story, enjoyed it, but now I want to go back and finish it off. 10-2, not the greatest Final Fantasy, probably my weakest, I would say, out of all the ones I have played. So yeah, maybe there's a reason why you've only got a couple of trophies and then not played it. Like to see 13 on there. I'm 13-2. Yeah, the trilogy, Lightning trilogy, whatever you want to call it, although it did get a little weaker as it went along, I don't think it gets the recognition it deserves. I really enjoyed it. So I had a great bunch of characters. I didn't mind the fact it was pretty linear. It was, yeah, the paradigm system. My only concern is you couldn't over level. Well, it was a Crystarium, wasn't it? But the paradigm system was the battle system. Yeah, you were kind of capped a little bit. One of the good things I like with Final Fantasy is over leveling and then just punching bosses in the throat who are supposed to be difficult and they're just down one hit. Yeah, you couldn't do that with 13. You were kind of stuck until you moved the chapters on. But no, great game. Really, really enjoyed it. So he's done 15 as well. And look at the percentage, 45%, absolute madness. Got the platinum, but there's so much DLC, some gold trophies in there, which really, really dilutes it. It's such a shame. I still to this day say that DLC should be a separate trophy list. You know, the base game could have its own, and then they could just drop in a DLC trophy list as well. And then if you don't want to buy it, you're not being impacted by all these unearned trophies and your completion rate dropping and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a little unfair, but that's just my opinion. So what's this? This is standing out. Fuel. I don't know what that is, but it's a 1.72% rarity. Wowzer. Yeah, never heard of Fuel. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I mean, this is going back to 2009 when Griff's done it. So yeah, who knows? It's an older one now at this point. Ghost of Tsushima done, very nice. You've done Ghost Runner twice. Awesome. Oh, here we go. Oh, isn't it just beautiful? Oh, it's glorious. How good does that look? How good does that look? Just to look at all those God of War platinums. That is amazing. Respect, Griff. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Yeah, amazing. It's something I always love to see, as I've said many a times, when you've got so many in a series all finished like this, especially the fact that they're all 100%. But yeah, really, really good. And it'd be nice to see, I suppose, Ragnarok get added to this when you look to play it, definitely, just to add another one to the collection. But yeah, I do love that. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So clearly a big fan of the series. So we've got some Grand Theft Auto games in there. That's amazing as well. Oh, it's just lovely, isn't it? It's just so lovely. It's lovely. Gravity Rush. Select Site Dragon. Love it. What a list. Just some of these unearned trophies. As I say, you might have a plan for that. Hades done in 4 days, 21 hours. That's what I mean. It says 50 hours. I don't know if you've done it quicker than that or longer, but you know, that's crazy to see you've done that over. Because I mean, even if you did take that amount of time and we just rounded this up, you know, you've played Hades 10 hours a day, near enough, which is just mad. You know, you've got to think you've got to fit in everything else, eating and sleeping and anything else you might be doing. I don't know. Yeah, crazy, but fair play to you. Know, your commitment is off the scale. It's superb. Some Harry Potter stuff. Heavy Rain done twice. I can't even do it once. Some Hitman stuff. A real shame that these games don't have platinums. It really annoys me. But yeah, mad. Absolutely mad. Clearly a big Hitman fan though. Got all these. That's great. Horizon Chase Turbo done. Nice. Thought that was pretty cool little game. Horizon Zero Dawn finished plus the DLC. Get Forbidden West done, man. Why is that not on there? Yeah, it's just a crazy list, isn't it? It's just so good. So many different games. So there we've got some more easy stuff there with Explosion. It's a kind of a nice easy one. Clearly a massive Jak and Daxter fan as well. Look at all those. That's very, very nice to look at as well. That's great. Unbelievable, Griff. Some Just Cause stuff in there. Just Cause 2 is an ultra rare on Judgment, actually, sorry, just above it. We'll give that a mention there, coming in at 4.53%, which is really, really nice. Killzone Shadowfall done, which is a 1.71%. Some Kingdom Hearts Platinums, which is very, very impressive because as we know, Kingdom Hearts 1, 6 out of 10, around 130 hours, which you've done in a week and 3 days, which is just insane, absolutely insane. Just blowing my mind here, Griff. What a list. Knack. I've got this one. I finally got one that Griff hasn't. Love Knack. Thought it was funny. Really, really fun game. L.A. Noire done, which was excellent. Bunch of Lego games. Not too many. Not as many as we see on some lists, but nice to see you've got some on there again, just keeping that variation going. What else are we looking at? Little Big Planet's at 2.92% and Little Big Planet 3 is 1.7%. Done both of those, just missing the second one, which if I go up is the 33 unobtainables. Oh, we don't like unobtainables. Ugh. Lumo done, which I know is another one of your rarest platinums, 0.78% you've done in 2 days, 18 hours. I know there is a little bit of an exploit with Lumo. I think you can save scum a little bit, so I'd be interested to know if you've done that or if you've done that one properly, because that would be impressive. Mad Max, love that game, great. On you've done Mafia 2 twice, and then Mafia 3. Brilliant. Really annoyed they're taking them off. You know, as I've mentioned earlier on in the video, I started Mafia a couple of weeks ago and then seen the news that they were taking it off, so I've kind of rushed through to finish it. But I was going to go on to Mafia 2 straight after because I've heard good things, and I'm now going to be forced to buy it. I don't think it's too expensive, so it's not the end of the world, but a little bit frustrating, so I wanted to try and get the 3 of them, you know, on the list. Done Maneater in a day, 17 hours, which is crazy. Oh, cheeky Avengers Auto Pop, dirty boy. Very nice to see you've done the PS4 version a week, 1 day, especially with all those damn hives. Those damn hives! Hives, man. Yeah, I ended up doing far more than the 50 that were required. It was just becoming silly in the end. Couple of Spider-Man games done and Guardians, some Mass Effect games, but this is, yeah, going back to the PS3, yeah, where it was a bit more difficult because weren't the Insanity trophies like included and things like that, but you've done the second one, which is great. Andromeda done, which I enjoyed. Everyone else seems to hate it but me. Medal of Honor is a 3.28% back on the PS3. Wow, insane. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater done in 4 years, 3 months on the Vita. Wow. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, which is another personal favourite of mine. It's just outside being an ultra rare. I need a few more people to start it just to dilute that percent. Yeah, very, very impressive, especially going in and doing all those S ranks and things. It's, yeah, the hat's off again. Metro, what have we got? So you've done Redux, you've done Last Light, but oh, you have played it back on the PS3 as well, where it's unfinished, and you've done Exodus as well. I think I remember you posting these now, looking at the month, the date rather, and look how quickly you're getting through them. So you must have just blasted through the series. So 2 days, 10 hours, and then 2 days, 4 hours, and then 3 days, 1 hour. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. How you're getting through these games so quickly. It's just insane. Oh, there's Monopoly Madness. The less said about that, the better. We're all looking at you, Sparky. We're all looking at you. Yeah, I'm glad. I literally downloaded it as well. You know, when everyone said they were going to play it, I downloaded it to the console. I was literally ready to start it. And I was just eating my dinner. I thought, oh, I'll have a little look at a review, because I hadn't seen anything of it until that point. I'll have a little look at a review while I'm having my dinner, and yeah, just it didn't look like it would be for me. And I know it doesn't take too long, but there's just so much RNG in it. You do really feel the run time, and I'm kind of glad now that I didn't get involved. Monster Hunter World done, very, very nice. It's just an ultra rare, which is awesome. But yeah, around 300 hours, that can be a lot more or a bit less depending on how lucky you are with the crowns. But yeah, very, very impressed with that one. Done Mortal Shell, which is very, very impressive. This is insane, Griff. It really, really is insane. So much. Oh, we've got My Name Is Mio. We just need that third one on there, buddy. Get the holy trinity of platinum trophies. So yeah, a couple of Need for Speed games. Missing the Run, which I know my good pal Sparky's been playing. Yeah, 2.72%. I know kind of it is difficult. I don't think that 6 out of 10 is fair based off what Sparky was saying, because I know he's very, very competent with racing, driving games. So yeah, for him to say it's even harder than that, it must be difficult. It really must be. But yeah, nice. Ni no Kuni done. Wrath of the White Witch and Revenant Kingdom. I've played the second one. This was before the Wrath of the White Witch was then released on PS4. And I'd already got rid of my PS3 at this point, so I couldn't play the first one. But yeah, played the... I'm waffling here, going backwards and forwards, dear me. Played the second one, platinumed it, it's amazing. I've got the first one now, I need to play it. That was better. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Nier Automata done. Excellent. You haven't done Neo, another one I've done that you haven't. Oh, it makes me feel better, at least. Makes me feel a little bit better. Wow. I mean, again, you can see just by looking at these now, if we were to kind of go through all of them, you know, naming them all and talking a little bit about most of them, this would have been it would have been a long video. Don't know how long it's going to be yet until we piece it all together at this point, but yeah, it could have been a very, very long video indeed. And looking at the list, so I've got a list of kind of all the trophy list reviews requests, and it just so happens the next bunch that I've got to do, thankfully I'm off, but the next bunch I've got to do, they're going to be all long videos, which hopefully you guys enjoy, which is fantastic. It just makes them a bit harder to put together at my side, but yeah, the next few are going to be a little bit longer, so we might, as always, draft a few people in who've maybe not been waiting as long, but if you've got a smaller list, there's a good chance you might sort of feature a little sooner, just because I do try to do a short list in between, so it's not always just, you know, 1 hour videos after 1 hour videos. Sometimes I like to put in a 20-minute one or a half an hour one if we can. But as I say, there's some other good ideas that I've had, which hopefully I can start to bring to fruition while I'm off. And then, you know, as I said at the start of the video, we've also got a couple of surprises coming over the next 2 weekends, actually. So we may be looking at like a Saturday Saturday release, which would be on the 19th and the 26th. We should have 2 juicy videos for you guys, as well as everything else that I'm going to do, which is awesome. Hopefully you like it. Right, back to business, shall we? Back to business. So again, just pause the video if you guys want to see, because I am going a little bit quicker at this point. Prototype, nice. As we know, the first one is an 8 out of 10. It is quite difficult, especially getting all the platinum medals and things on all those challenges. I know you've got to do the story without dying, although you can put it on an easier difficulty. But yeah, it's a toughie. A couple of ultra rares there between the PS3 and PS4 version. Nice to see you've done them. The second game's a walk in the park. You practically get all of the trophies just for taking part. Yeah, I mean, my good pal Wilco, who we reviewed his trophy list with him, so if you've seen that video, that's what I'm referring to. At this point he wasn't, I mean, he still isn't a huge trophy hunter really, but at this point he wasn't at all. He would just play the games, not even looking at them, and I think he was on like 80% or even 90% of the trophies just after sort of running through the story and it just all happening organically. So yeah, it's a very, very easy one. I mean, it speaks volumes there. It's a 2 out of 10, 20 hours. It's, yeah, piece of cake it is, piece of cake. So the first Rage games are 3.92%, wow. Oh, and then look at this, love it. Another little selection of games all finished from one series, a lot of Ratchet games. And we're going to give a shout out to some of these titles as well that I absolutely love. I might as well be 14 years old because I find them funny. Going Commando, Up Your Arsenal, A Crack in Time, Into the Nexus. Interesting indeed. But no, the titles are so fun, a little play on words. I do like it. Some Rayman stuff, including Rayman Legends, which you know is a very tricky one to get, due to getting the highest level of awesomeness and repeating daily challenges for like 25 years. It's crazy, and a nice ultra rare to boot at 4.15%. So you've done Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2, love to see it. Excellent games, both of them. Second one's better for me, absolute perfection of a game. It's, yeah, I mean, I've said it a few times, it's not my favourite game of all time, as you guys know, Final Fantasy VII is, but I would definitely agree that it's probably the most perfect game ever made, probably. If not, there's maybe 1, 2 or 3 others I could throw into that conversation, but yeah, it's such a superb game, it really, really is. I do need to go back to it. Remnant from the Ashes, which was an excellent game. Oh, look at the Res games as well. Res Evil 2, twice. Oh, these auto pops. You're losing street cred, Griff. I'm only kidding, buddy. No, it's impressive, man. Resident Evil 3, 0 seconds. Boo! Now we're all good. We're all good. Breathe. Can you tell I don't like auto pops? I just don't get it personally, but each to their own, you know. I mean, I can kind of vaguely get it if there's only a PS4 version at the time, you play the PS4 version and then they release a PS5 version, maybe you're not that fussed about playing it again, and you want a free platinum, you know, okay, that's up to you. But as I've always said, it's the ones where you have access to both the PS4 and PS5 version from the get-go, and you consciously play an inferior model just to get a second platinum. Don't get me wrong, the game's still going to look beautiful, but why not enjoy it in the best possible experience? I mean, that's why we've all bought a PS5, to enjoy games in the best possible way. I just think missing out on the increased frame rates and the loading times, the haptic feedback, things like that. It's just, you've got to do something in the best possible way if you have access to it. And I always stand by the fact that if trophies didn't exist and I held both copies out for you, you would pick the PS5 version every single time. So I just don't see why you know, because there's trophies involved, you would do it that way. But it's just my opinion. Who cares about that? We move on, shall we? Went on a bit of a rant there, didn't I, about auto pop? Stop doing it then. It's all good, done. Nice. Returnal done. Even better. I need to play it. It looks awesome. It really, really does. And I need to get some of the games finished that I'm playing at the moment. And this is definitely on the shortlist I've got for, you know, things I want to put in, want to play next. Anything else standing out? What have we got? A few Saints Row games. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. Sekiro done. Love to see it. Shadow of the Colossus done 2 days and an hour. Look at the difference though. One of them was in 8 years, 11 months. One 2 days, 1 hour. Absolutely crazy. And look at that PS3 one, 2.48% as well, which is gorgeous. It's gorgeous indeed. It really is. What else are we looking at? What else are we looking at? Bunch of Sly stuff in there. Very nicely done. Love to see that. We've got some Sonic stuff coming up as well. Sound Shapes 3 times. Love it. South Park games, which are so fun. The most fun I've had playing a video game, I would say. I've definitely not laughed as much playing that as I would with anything else. It was just so funny. It really, really is. Spyro trilogy, nice. Got some Star Wars stuff. Love to see it. I'm a big Star Wars fan, as you guys know. So it's good to see these on here. Not finished Battlefront 1, but you've done the second one, which was an ultra rare, very nice. And then we've got the Fallen Order, and you've also done Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Don't see them enough on people's lists, so I respect it. Starkiller's the boy. Starkiller is the boyo. Steep done, nice, which is a lovely ultra rare at 2.35%. He done Stray. I've done it twice, nice. 2 days, 1 hour, and 8 hours 34 minutes. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Got Subnautica done twice on there. Super Destronaut DX, which is yeah, very easy one. So another grub on there. Love to see it. Super Meat Boy's on the list, but only played so much of it. 13 out of 24 trophies. This would be a nice one for you to go back to. I'm playing it. I think anyone else who has it should join me. Yeah, so we can all suffer together. That would be really good. Because at the moment it's just me. I feel like I'm crying. I feel a bit better that Ray's often in the chat and he's playing Splasher. You know, you've got Mark playing Mighty Number 9. So there's a few of us playing some difficult games. So at least we're trying to encourage each other as we go. But yeah, it'd be nice to see more people joining in and joining me on the Super Meat Boy adventure, definitely. A few Tales games, nice. Some unfinished, some done. Such a big list. Absolutely insane. It's just crazy. Crazy. Done Skyrim twice. Wow. 7 months and a week, and then 2 weeks, 2 days. Blimey. Oh, then so it's on PS. I didn't notice the third one. So you've done it on PS3, 4, and 5. Wow. You've done Evil Within as well, which again is a 9 out of 10 difficulty. Very, very tough indeed. Ultra rare at 3.95%. Amazing. Very, very well done on that one, Griff. Why is the goat? The goat. I have to try and clip that in. What a meme, gif, whatever. I don't even know what you call it. My head's gone at this point. I'm too blown away by these games. Absolute madness. Done the Medium, done the Order, Outer Worlds left. I really enjoyed that game. I do need to go back to it. I just need to play it on Supernova difficulty and choose a couple of different paths. Nothing major. The Saboteur, done. Don't know what that is. You've done the Surge, nice, which I really enjoyed that game. Thought it was pretty cool. So we're starting to get a little bit more towards the end now. A lot of Walking Dead stuff. We definitely have to stop here. give a shout out to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which is an unbelievable game, another one of my favourites. So you've done it on, well, you've done it twice on the PS4. You've done the, well, not like it was available on another console, was it? No? Anyway, but you've done the Game of Year edition, which is why you've got the 2 stacks on there. But yeah, very, very impressed with that. That's amazing. Superb. Do love The Witcher. And am I right in saying, I think, is there a free PS5 upgrade coming next month? Like 22nd of December or somewhere thereabouts. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I think I did see that. That would be amazing for people to jump in if they haven't already, because it is a near perfect game. It really, really is. You've done Titanfall 2. Nice. Love that game. One of my favourite first-person shooters of all time. Thought it was absolutely excellent. Start speeding things up. We're getting there. We're getting to the bottom. I didn't think we ever would. Thought it was just going to keep going forever. But that's the thing with some of these lists now. By the time I get round to them, or even, like I've always said, I'll do another run of like a part 2 and see how people have improved since doing it last time. People's lists are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. That's why I do always welcome smaller lists. I know some of you have messaged me directly and said, you're happy for me to do it, but not just yet. You want to wait till the list is a little bigger or you've done more. Honestly, I do appreciate these smaller lists because it does break up the bigger ones, and at the same time we can then do it again in the future and see, how you've improved as well. So a bunch of Uncharted games, one of my favourite series, so I do love to see that on there. That is excellent. Be nice to know what your favourite one is, Griff, actually. Yeah, be interested to know. My order, if anyone cares, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, 4-2-3-1, and then probably Lost Legacy on the end. Lost Legacy as a game is as good as some of the others. It's not the same without Nathan. The games are completely elevated because of his wit and banter and humour. It's different levels with him. But yeah, Lost Legacy was still excellent. Yeah, I know I'm kind of going through a bit quicker, so apologies again, but you've always got that pause button if you want to stop and just check out some of the stuff that some of the amazing things that Griff's done. And here we go to another very, very impressive one as we start getting towards the bottom. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. 10 out of 10 difficulty to 0.98%, which is just insane. For any of you that don't know, I might butcher this a little bit because I haven't played it myself, but the game requires you to basically play on the hardest difficulty, which I think is it Death Incarnate, something like that, and you've got to kind of play the whole game in one sitting, without dying, kind of thing, and it's insane, to be fair. Yeah, not something I want to try in a hurry. We'll try and get past Super Meat Boy first, and then I might consider some of these other ones. But very, very well done, Griff, on doing Wolf 2, because it's just elite, isn't it? It's one of those that you want to see on a list. Yeah, World of Final Fantasy done, nice. Do love my Final Fantasy, as you guys know, so I love to see that on there. And then we've got an absolute bunch of Yakuza games. Now, I knew you'd be a fan because, if I'm not mistaken, I'll double check when I get to the top. Isn't your avatar something from Yakuza? I've never played any of the games, so sorry if I don't know the character's name or whatever. But yeah, I'm assuming you're a big fan. Look at all these, and look at the rarities as well. They're all very, very low, which is impressive. And you've done them all, which is nice. And what have we got at the bottom to finish off? Missing Ukulele and Missing Zombie as well. But yeah, what a list! What a list! I'm sure you'll all agree. And this is why he keeps getting the nickname the GOAT in the server, because he really, really is. So what have we got in the cabinet? Really? Oh, okay. I've just clicked on. Literally, that is the best thing I've ever seen in a trophy cabinet, Griff. If you weren't already the GOAT, you absolutely are now the elite GOAT. Wow. How slow am I today? Hopefully a few of you didn't click on as well. But I'm looking at the rarities and I'm thinking, all of those amazing platinums he's got, why has he put things like that in that 13, 16 and 15% respectively? And then we look at the names, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if up until I've just said that, was anyone else still confused? So we've got Beat the Cock from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Rub One Out from Uncharted Golden Abyss, and Snake Beater from Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Oh my god, unbelievable. That's made my day, that. I absolutely love it. And I love how people get creative, and just to give Dragon Dance another mention as well, if you haven't seen his trophy cabinet, have a little look at it. It is quite clever when people are kind of doing this. It's really, really good. But yeah, that has tickled me. It really, really has. Oh, love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. So rarest trophies, FIFA 13 Platinum, Lumo Platinum, and then we've got a bronze trophy from Cubics HD, a gold trophy from Lumo, and then the FIFA 20 Platinum, which is still my rarest. 359 Ultra Rares, which is a very, very solid number. Latest Platinum was Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm going to go all the way back, see where this all started, all those years ago. All those 14 years ago. Another one, First Treasure from Uncharted, which we see quite a lot for those kind of OG trophy hunters. I suppose when Trophy Sport came in, a lot of people were playing Uncharted and things like that, and getting the First Treasure was kind of a lot of people's first trophy. That trophy cabinet, dear me, that's brilliant. 42.1% average, very, very nice indeed. Very solid number, and the times when you're getting these are so consistent. Like 4,488 trophies on a Friday, and then what's winning here? 2442. Yeah, between 1 and 2 p.m. 2462. That's mad how many trophies. You've got more trophies just within that hour than some people have got of like all time. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, what a list. What a list, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked it. I thoroughly loved going through that. It's just an absolute GOAT list. I like to give tips and advice, as I always say at this point, but who am I to tell the GOAT what to do? I think the only thing I would say, if I was going to give any criticism, is try and finish off more games to 100%. Try and bring that unearned trophies down, which is in turn going to bring up your completion. I mean, you might not be bothered by it, but if I'm going to say anything, that's probably what I would focus on. I don't know if you've got plans to maybe do that. It'd be interesting to know. You can always tell me. But yeah, what a list. What an absolute list. Loved it. And out of all of it, out of all those platinums, all those amazing trophies and amazing things you've done, Griff, the trophy cabinet does it. The trophy cabinet's the one. It's just absolutely genius. Genius. You'll have to let me know if you'd stole this idea or seen it somewhere, or just thought of doing it yourself, because that would be very fun. But yeah, what a video. I hope you've liked it. If you have, drop me a like, leave me a comment. I like to engage with everyone in the comments, and if you haven't already, drop me a sub. It really, really helps me out. I'm trying to push for 1,000 subs. I don't know by when, but that's kind of the first goal. So yeah, if you haven't already, it would really, really help me out. Yeah, whatever you do, and look after yourself, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.